Perfect, thank you.
Why are you so shocked?
I just
Okay, you're good, you're good.
you can keep going.
Okay.
Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by Ingrid's Insights, the channel where I share my thinking about movies, TV, and all things media, when I feel like it. I'm working on becoming more consistent with my YouTube content, posting actual videos outside of my own personal content. Like right now, I've been on a road trip for the past month, which means most of my posts have been about my travels and my insights about what I've seen. But I'd like to get back to analyzing media, movies, etc. Today, I want to share some hot takes about Love Island Games Season 2. I know it's been a little bit over, almost near a month, so I just figure, I know that diehard fans are looking for content about Love Island, and if you don't watch the other iterations, like I like Australia quite a bit, so that will be coming on sometime soon, and I'll watch that. Not a big fan of the British version, but but if you only watch the US, you'll have to wait until next summer. So here I'm feeding you guys. Hot take number 1: KK is okay. I think we are far too hard on her and other black women in general. If black women aren't picture perfect, then any mistake or perceived misstep, we're crucified. I think the standard is way too high. We're not superhumans, we're humans, and we're going to make mistakes. And in KK's case, she's a young woman, and she's going to make miscalculations in love. She's still in her 20s. So, I think she by far had one of the best personalities, the best body in the villa. So, you can fight me in the comments. I think KK was awesome. So hot take number 2. Andreana ain't all that. I finally said it out loud. She's a good looking chick and all, but closer to average in my opinion. Without the man-made butt and all of the makeup and skimpy bikinis, if you look closely, she has like smokestack legs without much of a shape, cankles. Not to mention her personality quirks, which seem contrived in some way. To me, I feel like she was trying to take on that funny, unusual kind of personality that Amaya had to probably connect with America. She even goes on about, "Thank you, America. Thank you for saving me." And then she's all like fake crying. And you could see the other contestants, just like Mert was looking at her like, "What's wrong with you?" So yeah, weird, but weird in not a good way. Hot take number 3. Zay and Nicola deserve to win the heart rate challenge. I went back to review the challenge, and several of the Islanders, Lucinda, Joss, and KK all said that they were turned on by Nicola's striptease.
I'm not gonna lie to you, when Nicola walked out there, she was like a whole different character. It was fucking hot.
Though many viewers and content creators didn't really find Nicola conventionally attractive. Like one of my favorite content creators, I Be Chillin', said that he compared her to The Hills Have Eyes. And I think there's something about someone who doesn't seem as sexy or as pretty, just laying it all out there with gusto. And Zay is sexy as hell. If you haven't seen season 4 of Love Island USA, do yourself a favor and go back and view it. To me, it had one of the most attractive cast of contestants. And I would also say that Zay was a hot commodity that season and had one of the most compelling storylines with Sydney. And as an aside, Sydney was hotter with her natural red hair in her season. But I'll talk more about Sydney later. So despite some not seeing Nicola as sexy or beautiful, I think she's a human being and deserves respect. I even thought about going to edit out the Hills Have Eyes thing, Because I would hate for someone to hear it and think that I'm calling her ugly, because I really don't think that she is. Apparently, Chris seemed to like her, right? And can we all just admit that some people look better in real life and they're not so photogenic, or they don't look great on video? And there were a couple of scenes with Nicola, and she didn't have makeup on, and she looked so much better, as I think a lot of women do. But I know that having a really beat face, as they call it, or having heavy makeup with a lot of contour and all of that, and dark smoky eye, is really popular now. But some women just look better with their natural face, and I think that she happens to be one of them. So I just think there's something about someone who you didn't find attractive surprising you in that way, and them showing sex appeal.
It didn't make my heart rate.
It might have got me, I ain't gonna lie, because I was giggling like a motherfucker.
Zay and Nicola won that challenge fair and square. Hot take number 4. I'm not shocked that Johnny and Andreana didn't turn people on during their striptease. Initially, when I was writing this script, I had skipped over their segment, but I realized I needed to go back and look at it. But I think that I didn't want to look at it is very telling. And clearly they are conventionally attractive looking people. I just don't find Andreana very sexy. But I admit that, I'm a heterosexual cis female, so I may not have the right perspective on what is actual sexy to like men or people who are attracted to women. And Johnny, of course, he's a good looking dude, although he says he's 27 and he seems a little bit more mature than that. And he also reminds me so much of Benzino from Love and Hip Hop and Source magazine. And if you know, you know. But one of the main things is that I think that there's a sense of entitlement with Johnny, that he thinks he's so attractive that he shouldn't have been in the bottom. The faces that he made was like he was outraged, and it was unbelievable. And I'm like, dude, not every girl is turned on by you, probably for a variety of reasons. And most of them have to do with your player reputation, but then also this lack of humility. So that's my hot take number 4. Hot take number 5. Sydney's return provided much needed drama, but not for the reasons we thought it would. I'm sure many of us thought that there would be some kind of tension or drama between Sydney and Zay, but once we saw Toby's true colors or feelings about Sydney, not only did he reveal how he felt about her, but that she was disposable if she couldn't help him win the game. We also see how fragile Sydney's ego or persona really is.
No, fuck off! Sitting the fan.
What? You sitting next to the girl before?
You're joking. Stop. Give me my chair back. Toby! What the fuck is actually wrong with you?
Vegas night hasn't even started. I'm already gambling.
You can see how hurt Sydney is in that clip, but I do have to give it to her. She did come back during the basketball challenge, and she showed that she had skills, and she's more than this bad bitch persona that she was putting on previously. But that's not to say I think that Love Island is Sydney's ministry anymore. You really have to have a level of delusional confidence, but convincing confidence to go on a show like that, because no matter how beautiful you are, you may be rejected. No matter how bad you say you are, someone might choose another person over you, and you have to be very resilient. And I think her confidence just comes off as not genuine. Maybe like Johnny, her overconfidence, which quite frankly comes off as like overcompensation for some underlying insecurity. I don't know. I just suggest that she find a non-fame oriented career, or maybe if she still wants to be in entertainment, that she just becomes an actress. She seems a bit delusional about her actual status on the island, right? You know, I'm a bad bitch. It almost comes off like, you know, she's trying too hard, or someone told her what the prototype of confidence is, and she's trying to sell every trope to us. And that's not to say that I don't think she's beautiful. I think really on her first season, she just came off so authentic. She was really cute. And then, I don't know, I think there's something about when you start messing with your facial features, no matter what you look like, if it looks like you've had work, it just comes off as less appealing. But anyway, I'm sure all that can be fixed. I just think that Love Island is just not the place for her. And that is my hot take 5. All right, we're halfway through. Hot take number 6. I feel Chris punked out of that challenge with Johnny because Chris didn't think he was going to win. So he took the easy way out and claimed that his finger was hurt or broken. And of course, being disqualified because of being hurt is better than being beat, I guess, in some people's eyes. So I know that some viewers think his safety is more important, and I guess I would tend to agree. I just don't think it was that serious as Chris presented it. I mean, just if you look at the footage, you can tell. So, hot take number 6, Chris took the easy way out to save face. Point blank, period. We're nearing the home stretch here, so we're at hot take number 7. Hot take number 7 is Toby demonstrated trash behavior. He also had this like overinflated ego that I think grew out of that alliance that he had with Tariq and Johnny. And Tariq, to me, was one of the most compelling and interesting characters and seemed very much himself. Toby, on the other hand, I've seen him on 2 other iterations of Love Island. He was in Love Island Games last year, and then I saw him on Love Island UK. And he just seemed like a mild-mannered, sweet, semi-reasonable, semi-attractive guy. So this threw me for a loop, the way that he treated Sydney and how he was trying to do all of this strategy behind the scenes, but it wasn't even strategy. It was just he made himself look ultimately mean-spirited and incredibly selfish, and also a little bit deluded about how he was going to be able to play the game.
I like Sydney, but I don't know if she's ready for the games. You've won 2 duels. I need to see where your head is at. One boy plays a wild card. You want to recouple? It's a fool.
Playing the game in some unscrupulous way that it just came off that he was just a mean, terrible person. So, and I don't think that that's the kind of person that Toby really is, but he looked that way. The behavior that he showed, he looked as if he had no empathy. So I say no more of him on Love Island, please. Hot take number 8. Justine is gorgeous, but was a bore this season on Love Island Games. I know that she and Johnny both got paid increases because they're veterans, but it kind of came off that way. She didn't seem as hungry or as interested in being there, so I don't think she should be. And she seemed a little bit too mature. And what made her even slightly interesting was her relationship. Otherwise, like I said, she appeared just checked out. I think that if she would come back and be a host, I think that would really work. She can look at it from the perspective of being a contestant, but then also just being gorgeous and doing those slow-mo walks down to the fire pit. I could see that. But otherwise, I think she should move on from Love Island. All right, that's the end of my hot takes for Love Island Games Season 2. I had two more. One was about Isaiah and how he deserved to win, but upon the recording of this, we find out that he scammed some women out of some money, allegedly. I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel about it. And then also I was going to say something about Ariana and whether or not she still wants to be a judge, because she seemed a little disconnected as well. But I think stopping at 8 hot takes is just fine. So if you found some enjoyment in this video, please subscribe, like, and share, but most of all, comment. If you didn't like it, give it a dislike, I suppose, but then give me some feedback in the comments below. All right, toodles.